That's the equivalent of Jungle Juice. Like, did you ever go to the bars in college and they
Yeah,
got like
it looks
maybe it
like
was called
this.
Jungle Juice, but it was like a decanter.
Yeah.
They would say, I think they call it $2 mystery shots, and basically like when a bartender will pour a lemon drop, they'll fill the cup, and there's like a little bit of lemon drop left. They have like a dump bin. They throw the extras
Yeah.
in. At the end of the night, they call it $2 mystery shots. It's whatever's in the dump bin.
Dude, I'm telling you, this thing's like legit.
Yo, kick the beat, it's PEBCAK and we're coming with the facts. Victor from the great white north, you know he never lacks. Brian on the mic, the big beard in the dome is bald and clean. And Glenn is pouring something strong, the liveliest on the scene. Shout to Ben, the dad type mentor, keeping everybody grounded. Chris, the owner, world's best host, the way the whole crew's found. Yeah, the PEBCAK fam's in the house, we're dropping nothing but the heat. The illest podcast that you'll ever hear. Just press rewind and then repeat. It's PEBCAK, PEBCAK. The whole crew got your back, got your back.
Hello, my friends.
Thank you for joining us for the PEBCAK Podcast, a weekly information security show featuring some all-around good people. It is week 28 of 2026. I'm Chris Louie, and it was only a matter of time, but I finally got hit in the face with a baseball while coaching. With me, we have my co-host, the Odd Dad, who wants to eat some lobster and cat.
So you know what they say, FAFO. That's what you get for doing slow pitch softball there, buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe. I think the moral of the story of that one is you got to stand further back on the pitcher's mound so I get nailed next time.
I think the moral of the story is that you should post that video for the LinkedIn thing. Like, instead of using AI, that should just be the post for the week.
All right.
You getting drilled in the face.
All right. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. I'll think about it.
Okay. Why wouldn't you do it, Chris?
Do it for the views. Do it for the views.
Yeah. You know what you should do? Wait. You know that video that you have of like the guys that were doing your backyard? They're like making the execution videos.
Oh yeah, the ISIS propaganda videos.
Yeah, you should post like that video and be like, TikTok, do your thing. Find the original video. I wonder if somebody would find it.
That's true.
Have you ever seen that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like you post
Yeah,
a clip and then they like try to find someone's social media account based on that.
Yeah. I
What
bet
if
you
I
would
could
find
upload
it.
it to like AI and have them find it?
I know the downside is you'd have to create an account for, well, if you did it on not Instagram, if you did it on TikTok, you'd have to have an account, yeah, which is kind of the horrible spite.
Yeah. Don't want to do that.
Say?
Yeah. I'm giving the market a squealer.
Nah. What are we doing?
And we do not have Glenn Medina this week. He is currently experiencing some explosive diarrhea from the cyclosporiasis outbreak from eating all that Taco Bell food.
Fun fact, I've had that for like 30 years. So.
You and the parasite have somehow found some kind of symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, we're just vibing over here. Actually, I don't. BPC 157, baby. Fix me. I'm like a normal human being again.
Cyclosporosis.
Cyclosporosis.
It's like the word of the week or the word of the month now. Everyone's saying it.
My daughter sent me a video. It was just like, who knew it was like a girl dancing. She's like, who knew I had this, violent diarrhea bug? And she's like, and then she's like, this is you. I was like, all right, thanks a lot. But like, I have no shame in my game. Like, it didn't matter. Like, we have a bathroom downstairs, like by the living room.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if it was just me and the kids or like the kids as friends. They'd go down there and just destroy that thing. They're just like, they hear
established
like,
dominance.
Bro, I would dump and then everyone just hear giggling.
Maintain dominance.
Like, it's my house. I'll do whatever I want.
Mark your territory.
Mark it. Exactly.
No guest this week due to a last minute scheduling change. Thanks a lot for that, Glenn.
What are the odds on Kalshi that Glenn will show up late?
I put it at 2%. I'll give you 50-1 odds on that.
So if I bet $50, you'll pay me how much?
50 times 50, 2,500.
Man, I feel like I might want to gamble on this. I'm gonna start. Let me see if I can ping him on Find My iPhone.
That's true.
I don't want to lose $50 to you.
Come on, we have decades of information security experience and are here not just to educate, but to entertain. We've got 4 awesome stories for this week, so sit back, relax, and watch out for those Yellowstone bison. This week, we're going to talk about prediction markets, Microsoft's doozy of a Patch Tuesday. For our third topic, China's fight against AI girlfriends, and close with social media embargo talk. For our first topic, the Kalshi prediction market platform just filed to expand air travel betting markets. They're letting traders hedge or bet on flight cancellation rates. Picture this, your flight gets canceled, bags are stuck, plans are ruined. But if you position correctly on Kalshi, that misery could have a silver lining and you could get a gigantic payout in your trading account. It's turning real-world travel frustrations into tradable event contracts. And this is another story. There are actually sort of breaking news on the Kalshi front, is that a person who ran the US president teleprompter was just, I don't know if he was officially charged, but he's being investigated. He's dismissed and put on unpaid leave, but the teleprompter allegedly made over $100,000 on bets that he made on Kalshi of what the president would say during his remarks. So we have a pair of stories here. You can either bet on the number of canceled flights, or you can get some insider information and win on that. But it turns out this guy might have to pay everything back.
So don't they say like Kalshi is not a betting platform?
It is not a betting platform. It is a prediction market.
Okay, so then there is nothing wrong with, there is no such thing as insider information then. Because that's like, that would be inside baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can put it in the T's and C's, but it's BS.
It's not.
Let the man cook.
Right. If it was a security, it'd be the SEC, which enforces the insider trading. It's the CFTC. It's the Commodities Futures Trading. I don't know what the C stands for. Not corporation, but it's the CFTC.
This is a prediction market, not a trading market.
Yeah.
So that doesn't apply.
You're technically trading futures contracts, which is overseen by the CFTC. So there is a rule against that. And that's what this guy allegedly broke. And he's not being charged, I believe. They're in settlement talks right now. So they're going to settle with this guy. He'll forfeit all of his winnings, probably get censured. But I don't think he's going to do any jail time.
Ugh, lame. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know they would take his money so quick if he was wrong, if they changed the last minute. They wouldn't be like, oh, you had inside information, but then it changed. No, they wouldn't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, and it was like, we've talked about it countless times on the show before, like, if you have an edge or you have a scam or something, just like the Xbox point story, like, if you salami slice this and you take like a little bit and don't make it obvious, like, it's way harder to track down. And reading the story for what happened to this teleprompter worker was, like, this guy would bet that the president would say, a certain word, because he's the guy that runs the teleprompter, so he gets advance notice of the script. So he knows for sure the president's going to say this. But the erratic person that our president is right now, sometimes he'll just skip entire parts and just go off the cuff. So if he skipped a part of the speech, the guy would like immediately cancel the contract because he knew it was supposed to be said, and then now he knows it's not going to be said. So it was like, it's pretty obvious what was going on just based on his betting activity.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have canceled his bets. just take as many dubs as he can. So
yeah, and that's why, like, even in Kalshi, like, when you hit like the lifetime winnings, it'll actually break it down. I sent it to the group chat, and like, I'm actually a pretty decent sports bettor. I think my win rate is like 64% on sports, but my prediction on what politicians got to say it's atrocious. I only win like maybe 5% of the time. But if this guy's out there, he like never bets on sports, he never bets on weather, he never bets on airline cancellation. All he does is 100% what the president says. Again, that's like a gigantic red flag.
You're over here just looking for the word huge.
Huge. It's got to be huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be the best. Yeah, flight stuff. I was watching some video of some dude that like it was a short flight. They landed in Philly, and because they were running out of gas going to New York. And so, like, it turned out to be like this 8-hour ordeal between staying on the taxiway, trying to get refueled, to getting ready to take off, but then the flight crew timed out, so they had to like park.
Oh,
and they're
that
like,
sucks.
then they're like, everyone stay here, but you can leave. But if you leave, your luggage, you're gonna have to figure out how to get it. And then like 30 minutes later, they're like, all right, actually just everyone get off the plane. And then like, it's just wild, like horrible. Just like, if you didn't check a bag, it would have been like, just get me off this plane. I'll take the train, get there in an hour. Screw that noise. So
Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles.
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
But
my beef. Like, if I can help it, I never check a bag. Like, we travel for work, they'll pay for it, whatever. But it's number one, it's so inconvenient. You gotta wait for it to come off the carousel. And number two, there's a chance that this thing's gonna get lost. Or number three, like you said, you want to be agile, and you're on standby. This flight comes up, like just grab your carry-on, run to the next flight.
my favorite thing about your betting brags when you send it to us is you're like, I don't know what you'll say, but you say something cocky, and then I look at it, and then of course I have to zoom into it because I'm older. I'm like, you bet $10 and you made $12.65. You're bragging about a $2.65 win. Like, why are you even betting this?
That's a 26% return. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bet $100,000 then. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I see that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know about you, brother.
At least I'm not a degenerate gambler, thankfully.
You're doing salami slices of your gambling winnings. Like you're trying to get to that billion. Yeah,
I know.
I guess it's
$2.65 at a time.
Yeah. What is it for you?
It makes it more fun. Like when I bet on the World Series outcome, and I think the playoffs had just started, and I said the Dodgers are going to win it all. And throughout the playoffs, I was more invested in these Dodger games because like I wanted to pay off. But then when it was I think they won like game 6, I was like cheering when they won because I made money off that. So I think it makes it a little bit more fun.
I was back east. I won't say what city because I don't want to out this person, but hardcore gambler. Like every sport this person is gambling on, and I'm saying they have like an insane amount of money that they're gambling a year on sports. Yeah. And they're bragging like, hey, I'm usually up.
Yeah.
And here's the craziest part. It wasn't a dude, it was a woman.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting in the office, I'm like, why are you admitting this to everybody? Like, and it could be tennis. They're like, I got money. What's the line? I'm like, and then there's like, are you gonna bet the Super Bowl? I was like, yeah. Like, well, what are you gonna bet? I was like, I don't know, like the coin flip. And they're like, well, you try to parlay something. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Like, this is insane. And then you're putting like 10 G's down on this game. This is crazy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, gambling is an addiction. It's not limited to men, and yeah, there are people that will bet, like you said, they'll bet a parlay on preseason WNBA games. I'm like, okay, at that point, you might have a problem if that's what you're betting on.
Is that how we make the WNBA watchable? All right, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. There was the like, I don't act like, we got Caitlin Clark now. She's lighting it up. I think the funniest joke I had ever heard about it was like, how do you make people not care about the NRA? It's like, put a W in front of it.
Nice.
Yeah. Can't say that's true anymore. There's, a lot of different things going on. I think I can name at least 2 WNBA players, and I think they might be on the same team.
Yeah, Sophie Cunningham would be the other.
Yeah, she's the one that's always sticking up for Caitlin,
For
right?
Caitlin, yeah. She got famous with the pointing meme.
But you know what's weird is like last year it felt like anytime I was at the gym, because they have like this big TV, and they would always play Sports Center. Like Caitlin was just like dropping 3 balls everywhere, and like this year I haven't really seen it. Is she not doing as well?
Yeah, I would say the same thing as well. Yeah, she's not being highlighted as much this year. I don't know if it's because she's not doing well, or it's just more accepted now as a sport in popularity, and they don't have to highlight such things anymore. Not sure. I don't follow.
Oh my gosh, I saw a meme. It said at the UFC fight, apparently Sophie walked around as like a ring girl.
She did, yeah. It was impromptu. I think she was there attending as a guest, and I think Dana asked like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" She's like, "Heck yeah, I'll do it." And then she
No,
did
it was the other way. Dana said, like, because I saw the video where Dana, like, they asked Dana, "Was this pre-planned?" He goes, "No." She came up to me and said she wants to do it. He goes, "To get up there and do it." And so it shows her
Fair enough, yeah.
walking around holding the one, and then the first comment in the YouTube video is like her average points per game. I was like, oh, that was vicious, bro. I actually think it was actually off, because I think the next comment was, "No, it's not. It's 9.9." or something like that.
The internet's always eager to correct you.
Yeah, I know.
All right, for our second topic, Microsoft dropped their July 2026 Patch Tuesday update, and it contains a record-breaking, eye-watering 570 vulnerabilities fixed, including 59 critical bugs, many remote code execution flaws that could let attackers take over systems with minimal user interaction. Now, why the huge spike? Microsoft credits their new AI-powered vulnerability discovery tooling for finding way more issues across the Windows codebase before bad actors do. It's smart, but it also means that admins are staring down a massive update cycle this month. Not losing a beat, the day after Patch Tuesday, our good old friend Chaotic Eclipse drops another 0-day without any disclosure to Microsoft, described as a Windows User Profile Service arbitrary hive load elevation of privileges vulnerability.
Ooh, that sounds like a horrible ingredients, but go on.
Yeah, now I don't know what any of that means, but Chaotic Eclipse strikes again. So the question is, can we patch our way out of this problem?
Look at you pandering to my audience. But you know what's insane about this? You say that it's eye-watering, but I have it on good accord that Microsoft, their all-new AI-powered vulnerability discovery, I don't know what that actually means. I know it ain't Copilot, but I heard that Mythos had found 45,000 critical vulnerabilities in Windows. Not like, so 570, like, this is like, that's nothing. And I'm not even saying
that's just what they
low,
patched.
medium, high, critical. I'm saying 45,000 critical ones that they have to worry about. And I'm not surprised that Chaotic Eclipse is over here just, dropping 0 days, right? Because there's so many. It's like you're just shooting fish in a barrel at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you would be lucky enough. Like, just go find a DLL and fuzz that some. See what you get. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
At this point, if there really is
Fable
that
5.
many. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what was, I guess, hard about it too, was the building the fuzzers and everything. But now with AI, like it just you can just automate that stuff now.
Yeah. Have you tried anything with you? Well, you're not you have no access to Fable 5 because you don't pay, right?
Correct.
I'm trying to wrap my head around like nefarious things I could do with Fable 5, and I don't know if I'm just not interested in it. All right, about the only things I did is it's like, hey, check out my Ubiquity config. Guess I shouldn't have said that. Harden this some bitch for me, and then it does it. Sorry, you discussed twice in the last 60 seconds. And then there's that, and then what else? Have WLED lights for the house, but I can't really think of that. Yeah. I don't know how I could prompt it without getting all the security strikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, my phone's plugged in, hack it. Like, no, you can't. You know what I mean? Or coerce it in some way or another.
Yeah, and that's why Fable 5 is supposed to be the version of Mythos with the cybersecurity guardrails up.
Yeah. It's for those people that eat crayons because of the taste.
Yeah, and it's I would think if you have a well-known vulnerability and you say write an exploit for this, it might do it. But if it says you point at a piece of new software, fully patched software, and say find the vulnerabilities in this, then I think that's where it'll probably tell you no.
You know what I could do? So I wrote the original website that I did was for my personal website. I used Sonnet, and then I went over to it and I was like, hey, upgrade, not upgrade, give me a whole new user interface on Fable 5. It did it. I guess I could have Sonnet audit the code that Fable 5 made,
wrote.
and then and then I can let Fable do the same thing and see if we can find more vulnerabilities.
Yeah. Yeah, just like pit them against each other.
Yeah. Little spy versus spy, right?
Yeah.
I did that with Codex versus Claude.
Yeah.
And I did it
came out
like
ahead.
knowingly that it would have 2 vulnerabilities, and it found 9, 7 of which were high vulnerabilities. And I was just like, this is my favorite part where like I call, Claude my B word. I'm like, hey, we talked about this. I am a security guy. Don't put holes in my stuff, jerk. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what did Claude say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, this is what I found by doing scanning. It's like, oh, you're right. There is a vulnerability here. Yeah. It was stupid stuff, but like, again, I knew about it.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to turn on 2FA for my GitHub account.
Uh-oh. Time to hack it.
I'll get that done tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I think that, because the Fable tokens are pretty expensive, and I think that's where I think a lot of companies are going to start moving in that direction, that they'll start having low, I guess, easy tasks. They're going to start using either Sonnet, or they're going to use even open models for that, and then all the Fable stuff will only be for the cutting edge, most important things, because the token costs are just getting outrageous now. And I don't know if you use Fable how often you hit your limit, but from what I've been hearing, it gets hit pretty often when you're using Fable.
I haven't hit it yet, and I'm probably pandering to our audience, but I was on the phone with a customer, and we're as we do these Mythos assessments, right? And our pitch on here is can you patch your way out of this program or this problem? What was really interesting is they're saying, hey, your competitor, what they're doing, they're attacking it from a different thing. He's like, they basically have a, I don't know what do you call that? The team to come in there, clean up the mess, mop the floor after you've been breached.
Incident response.
Yeah, they have like a really big incident response. So they're using the incident response team to basically, whoever they're doing, he's like, they have access to Mythos, but you can't use Mythos to scan like something that's not yours. So they are taking what they've learned from Mythos, and then they are turning around, and then they are pointing like an Opus model at you to find the stuff that you're probably going to get breached on. I'm like, if architecture meant something here, like, think about that, right? Like, our whole thing is like, if you can't reach it, you can't breach it.
Yeah, if it's reachable, it's breachable.
Yeah, like the entire Zscaler architecture is all fundamentally just like, zero trust by design. And imagine you're like a big firewall company. You're just like, yeah, we're going to show you where you're going to get hacked first. Like, wait, but isn't there a better way of doing this? Like, how about you reduce the attack surface, the blast radius? I'm like, if that speaks miles to it, from my perspective, I could be wrong, but I am drinking the ZS Kool-Aid.
It's different approaches to it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
look at you playing Switzerland. There's different approaches to it.
There's different approaches. Like you're playing to your strengths. Like if it's something that you can offer true zero trust model versus patching the vulnerabilities, then there's different approaches to it.
That's basically all they're doing. Is we're saying you can't patch your way out, and they're saying we're going to tell you which ones to patch first. I'm like, no. Good luck.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's up to the customer. Like, do we trust the patches? Because the patches themselves introduce problems too. Like, there's usually patch embargoes. There's supply chain risk. There's the risk of it blowing something up. So the business no longer exists. Yeah, everything comes with its inherent risk.
I think there's a big CEO. He had said that actually there was 2 comments. One was from a security CISO who's just like, you're going to have, or CEO, the token costs have to come down by 90%. And I think it was the Anthropic CEO, or maybe it was the OpenAI. No, I don't think it was Dario. The OpenAI one. Yeah, I think it was Dario was saying, maybe, I can't remember. We'll paraphrase, but it was basically to the degree of like, they need to have trillions of ARR to make AI make sense. Like, to make it, fundable, like an actual working thing. I'm like, dude, that's such a crazy number when you think of like all the different AI companies. And then eventually are they just going to say like, is their position like, it's going to be so big, like you smaller startups, you can't hang. So is this going to be us? Is it going to be, Microsoft, Gemini, Google, OpenAI, and Claude? Like, is it? And I like when you look at market share and stuff like that, it's incredible to me the number of people that use ChatGPT, but like Anthropic was like, people are poor. We're just going to attack the enterprise, make our money over there. I was like,
right.
Pretty smart.
Yeah. Anthropic dominates the enterprise space. ChatGPT dominates in the consumer space, and Grok and Gemini fall somewhere in the middle. And there's no right answer. Like, I mean, obviously, Anthropic is waiting on an ARR front because you can sell Anthropic tokens, or you can sell $500 a seat. And a lot of companies will just pay it. They buy annual subscriptions. They pay on time. Versus consumer, it's like the old argument: would you rather get $1 million from 50 different companies, or would you rather get $50 million from one company? And again, there's no right answer to that question. It depends, but they picked their sides, and time will tell who made the right decision on that one.
I was talking to a company that was like, we need to make sure that token usage and stuff. I was like, well, I just so happen to have a program that can identify if it's being used for business intent or not. I think, but the second you either run out of tokens or you start blocking people, they're just going to hit Control T and go to Grok or ChatGPT or to the one that you don't actually know about. Like, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, Shadow
You gotta
AI.
have good footprint. Shadow AI, baby.
Yep. And on the topic of AI, for our third topic, not so much a cyber story directly, but more of an AI dystopia story. China is cracking down on virtual girlfriend and boyfriend AI bots. China's got a huge demographic problem on their hands, a population crunch, declining birth rates thanks to their one-child policy, an aging society, and the whole shebang.
I read that as she-bang.
She bangs. She bangs. Beijing's response, cracking down on AI chatbots that people are starting to fall in love with. Turns out people there are getting so hooked on virtual romances with these digital companions that it's cutting into real-life dating and baby making.
I wish I was that dumb. Life would be so much easier. Can you imagine? Just sitting there chatting with your phone.
AI girlfriend.
Yeah. It's all fat. Eating Oreos. Go on.
The government sees it as a threat to the national goal of boosting the birth rate, so they're slapping restrictions on these apps, limiting the flirty features and pushing people back towards actual human connections. AI is supposed to solve problems, but here it's creating a whole new one. People wanting to spend more time with their AI companion than people in real life. From a security angle, though, this highlights how addictive these systems can get when they're tuned for emotional engagement and the data they hoover up on users' personal lives. It would be a privacy nightmare if that ends up falling into the wrong hands, especially in a place with heavy surveillance. Wink, wink.
Yeah. All I got to say is that the moment you can have like a Megan Fox robot in your house that, cooks and cleans and all that stuff, like, it is game over for
it. Might be,
or whatever they're into.
It might be over.
Like, not for me and you, because we're good men. Like, we would never fall victim to that. But if you had, like, some robot that just met your every
weaker
need.
Men, of course.
Yeah, the weaker, inferior men, right? That they don't like a challenge. They don't want to have to beg for anything. It's a late night episode, boys and girls.
Yeah, if you can't tell.
Yeah,
we are recording quite late at night, thanks to Glenn.
Yeah,
and he has explosive diarrhea, so he's not here.
Yeah, Glenn. Like, look at this. Like, homeboy is like, it's past my bedtime. Number one. Number two is like, let's record at like 9:30, and then he's a no-show. Thank God I didn't take that $50 bet that gave me $250. I've been cooked right now.
I know. It's like, I would have won $50.
Bro, I'm still trying to figure out how the heck you said 2% on 50 is 250.
Oh, I think it's a 2% odds, which means it pays 50 to 1 because 100 divided by 2 is 50. So it's 50 to 1. If you bet $50, 50 times 50 is 2,500.
No, 50% $50 of 2% is like $1.50. I don't know math. But like,
yeah, but the
50,
odds of him
150.
showing up are 2%. So that means your odds are 50 to 1 that he does not show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought it was the odds of him not showing up was 2%. I was taking that.
Yeah, the odds that he shows up is 2%. So I
No,
said
not showing up.
Yeah.
What I'm
so
trying to
you
do is win this bet no matter what.
$50 that he does show up would turn into $2,500 if he does show up.
Oh.
And I get the whole 50 if he does not show up.
All right, I gotta figure out how to do this. Let me turn off the Bluetooth on my phone because we have something very, very important right now to do. Ladies and gentlemen. Wait, are we supposed to talk about? Yeah. Anyways, sex robots will be a thing, and it's gonna get really, really weird out there for everyone involved. So, all right, we're gonna try to conference in Victor De Luca.
Yeah, let's do it.
See if supposedly he's at the bar doing things. I wonder if you'll be able to hear him. Can you hear it ringing or not?
Yeah, I can sort of hear it ringing.
You can sort of hear it? Okay. What do you want to believe? It'll probably be like rave music, right? Oh my goodness.
Voicemail.
It's French. Okay. You. We tried to call you, Vic, to say happy birthday. So.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Victor. If you made it this far into the episode, happy birthday, Victor.
I guarantee you. I'm like, what are you doing? Dancing with like a room full of dudes.
Everybody dance now.
Yeah. Every time, ladies and gentlemen, like, I'm not casting any aspersions here about Victor at all, but anytime he sends us a video of him at a club, is this a bunch of dudes that look exactly like him? This is the fun. I'm like, where are the girls at, man?
Good question, Victor. Where are the girls at?
Yeah. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm saying he's got a girlfriend, but where he's at, it is like, it must be like, yeah, some sort of weird cost segregation study over there.
Sure. Yeah, interesting. This happens. I'm surprised China's doing this. I also expected it to somewhat be in Japan and, not casting any aspersions toward their country, but they are very technologically advanced country. They also are facing a demographic time bomb that's going to hit them pretty hard. And you would think that this might be an issue for them as well.
Well, China also did, like, saying AI can't replace jobs over there as well, right?
Yeah. I think it had something to do with like the self-driving stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's the problem with China is the state media controls everything, and like something as simple as, do you think AI is good for the world or bad for the world? That's a simple polling question. If you ask that polling question in the US, it's about 30% say it's a good thing, 70% will say it's a bad thing. You ask the same thing in China, 80% say AI is a good thing, 20% will say it's a bad thing. Now, why the big disparity there? You could, the pessimist might say it's state-run media that says, well, we have to win the AI race. Like, under no circumstances can we let another country win the AI race. It's going to be so amazing. It's not going to displace your job. You're going to get, this robot girlfriend that'll cook and clean for you. And that's why we have to win the AI race. And then here in the US, like where everybody has an opinion on something, they say, oh, well, the data center is going to suck up all the water. So then we're going to ban data centers, or AI is going to steal our job. They're taking our jobs. And so we're just going to ban advancement in AI because we're afraid of job loss. And, I think it speaks to the society, but also the media that you're exposed to.
Hey, I think there's a subreddit back in the day. It was called Mark My Words. Mark my words right now. Who do you think, what do you think the first guy that not only is going to have a robot girlfriend, but he's actually going to propose and try to marry that thing?
What country they're from? Is that the question? Is that the bet?
Yeah, just demographic.
I don't know. Somehow I think it's going to be China.
I think that guy is going to look exactly like Victor, if not him.
He's got like the girlfriend pillow and everything.
Yeah. He's like, I want the wife experience now.
All right. So yeah, we'll mark both our words and we'll see who was right. We'll mark it.
I'm hoping that I'm right.
Yeah. The demographic problem in China and Japan is actually a pretty interesting one because I've seen, and we're getting a little bit off topic here, but in particular in China, I've seen both sides of it for both male and female because due to the one child policy, they got rid of it. I don't remember, maybe 15, 20 years ago. But for a long time, because of the population boom, 1.5 billion people, they're like, well, no society can sustain that level of population growth. So they said every couple, you can have one child, we'll pay for everything. We'll pay for healthcare, we'll pay for education, we'll pay for this, we'll pay for that. If you choose to have a second child, then we pay for nothing. And that was like the incentive, because they couldn't stop you from having a second child. But if you had that second child, then you would get severely reduced government benefits. So there was an incentive to only have one child. And being a society that values males over females, and it's not, that's just the way things are. The male carries on the family name and everything. There's a strong preference for males, and in certain times, the males could technically help out on the farm for an agrarian society. They were a little bit better at farm work, and nothing against females or anything, but that was the perception then. Fast forward, what happened? You had 52 males for every 48 females, something like that, which doesn't sound like much, but then you got this demographic time bomb that says, well, there's not enough women to go around, that there's these single dudes that just can't find women, and it's just a numbers game. Like they can't find anybody. So there's that side of the equation. And then there's the other side of it is certain females, if they can't find a mate past the age of 30, like their chances of finding a permanent, a husband, like go down dramatically. So you have this like single guys forever on one hand, but you have all these like women over 30 that can't meet anyone on the other hand. So I don't know how you really, marry the two. And I think that could be contributing to why they turn to AI girlfriends and boyfriends.
Fascinating. Didn't you go back to the motherland not too long ago?
I did not. I'm pretty sure I'm banned from there. The last time I was in China was in 2011, and I probably can't go back by now.
Do you think they actually wouldn't let you go? Like something would flag and not let it happen?
Either flag and not let it happen, or if I make it in, I'll just say I might not make it back out. So I don't want to take that risk.
Oh, damn. Look at this offender. Do you think I would make it in?
I don't know. All I'm saying is we've been pretty vocal about the policies of the Chinese government on this podcast, and it's public information. So I don't know if I would take that risk.
Fascinating. Very career limiting move, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
not really clear.
I don't have any strong desire to go back. Even Hong Kong might be risky now that China has taken over. But we'll see. I mean, if I ever do go, I'll probably go to Hong Kong. I wouldn't go to China, and I will 100% bring a burner phone. I would not take my own personal phone with me. Did I hear this correctly? Did they really do away with the one child per person or per family or whatever? Yes, yeah, that is no longer a policy because they realized the problem that they created.
No, so it went away that long ago, 15 or 20 years?
I want to say, yeah, it's been gone for a while.
Bro, I felt like I just found out about it. Like, nah, old news, buddy.
Someone can fact check me, but it's gone. I want to say it's been gone for at least 10 to 15 years by now. And the other unfortunate highlight of why that was a bad idea was in, I want to say it was maybe 10 years ago. There was a massive earthquake in China. China not known for very strong building codes. The earthquake, unfortunately, a lot of children died in the earthquake. And due to the one-child policy, you have these like 60-year-old people. They had one child. Their child died in the earthquake, and like, well, it's too late for us. Like, that's it. Like, game over. So then I think that was something that brought that debate to the forefront as well.
Dang. I think it was, is it Moldova has like the highest women to men ratio. I think they're like 54% there.
Yeah, Moldova or Latvia, I think as well.
Latvia, yeah, I was researching for
For
Different
science,
reasons.
right? Yeah,
For science,
for
yeah.
scientific reasons. Yeah,
For the pod. We do everything for the pod. Yeah. Wait, wasn't there like a TV or a movie that was like he had like a little voice recorder thing, and it was like AI he was talking to, and he fell in love with it?
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix, Her. The movie was Her. Yeah,
Is he dead? Is he the one that died?
Joaquin? No, Joaquin Phoenix is still alive.
Okay, he's not. He wasn't the Joker. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Heath Ledger. I think of Heath Ledger.
Okay, yeah, they're the same thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Joker 2 coming soon.
For our last topic, it'll be a rotating topic every week. This week, we're going to talk about the UK's government rolling out a default midnight curfew for 16 and 17-year-olds on social media platforms.
Hold on, here's Victor. Victor.
What's up, Wigga?
Oh, hey now. I don't know you just said that one. We're live on the podcast. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Victor.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Chris says happy birthday. You where you at?
I'm biking home right now.
You're biking home under the influence? I hope you don't get pulled over.
DUI for biking? Come
Yeah.
on, dude.
Anything's possible. Chris, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
Land of the free, eh?
Yeah, what did you do tonight for your birthday?
We just hit the bar, had a couple of drinks, and then went to a jazz bar with live music and like a DJ. It was good. It was fun.
You know, this is so. How old are you again? 10 years old? Like what the heck, dude?
30.
30. The big 30, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Was it
Happy 30th?
Yeah. Was it just you and the boys, or did you bring your girlfriend?
No women allowed.
That sounds like that. The math is mathing on that one, buddy.
Yeah, you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna go finish recording the pod. Talk to you later. Happy birthday, bud.
Take care. Thanks, man.
Bye.
Cheers.
All right.
Victor celebrating his birthday with 0 women again.
And having to bike his way home.
And riding a bike.
Like, did they not have Uber in Canada?
You know, can you imagine? Like, it doesn't sound like anything I would ever want to do.
Yeah.
What do you do for your birthday, Brian? I'm going to go to the bar, get drunk, and then ride my bicycle home.
With a bunch of dudes.
Well, yeah. He's like, no, you understand, there's like 6 of us. It's like a train. I'm like, all right, get the hell out of here.
Not helping your case.
Okay, yes, you were saying the UK's government is rolling out a default midnight curfew for 16 and 17-year-olds across social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and whatever else kids are doom scrolling these days. You're welcome.
That is correct. No more late night rabbit holes unless parents opt out. It's all about protecting young minds from the endless feed of filter perfection and algorithm-fueled anxiety. On paper, it's a win for privacy and mental health, which means less data harvesting after dark and fewer targeted ads and pushing junk. But as always, there's a catch. Enforcement means there's more age verification, which could lead to even tighter data collection. Governments love a good quote for the kids excuse to expand surveillance tech. Good intentions paving the road to overreach. The UK already banned the use of social media apps for children under 16, and this adds restrictions on their youngest users who are allowed to access those apps. Will it work? History says these blanket rules often backfire, driving kids to sketchier apps or VPN workarounds.
The reality is government has no business doing this whatsoever. Like, doing it for the kids sounds like a great idea. It is clear government overreach. And just be a parent. Do your job. I want to tell you, quit being a loser. Like, I say that when I think I went 0 for 3 with my older kids, but I'm batting 1,000% for the younger one. I learned, they were younger though, and I feel like I had good guys. I was logged into their accounts, and then, they slept with their phones downstairs. I can go through it anytime I wanted. But my youngest is definitely not on any social media. And you know what? There's a lot of tears and stuff about that, but whatever. Like, she's just not. I'll tell you. Yeah. And sometimes you got to be that the adult in the room. Yeah, and I say this because
be the bad guy.
Yeah, like, I won't say which of my kids, But she was like, Dad, what do you think of these jeans? I was like, I don't know. I guess they look nice. She's like, they were $300. I'm like, oh my God, like $300 for jeans? And she's like, yeah, I just got done paying it off. I'm like, what do you mean you got done paying it off?
The buy now, pay
like,
later.
Yeah, I was like,
oh man,
we won't say the name of it. I was like, why did you do that? She's like, well, it just seemed like a good idea. I was like, you're on TikTok way too much. Like, it is influencing your brain to buy. You have no business buying $300 jeans.
That's true. I don't even think I have $300 jeans.
You know what's wild is, like, I remember saving all of my money to buy Jordans back in the day. There was no social media. I was obsessed with it. But Jordans are like, maybe not the last couple of years, I haven't looked, but there was a point in time where I think I had to save like $120 for a pair of Jordans growing up in the 90s. And I think Jordans are still like in the 120 to 150 range, which is kind of crazy.
I'd say that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, same thing with video games. Like when I was growing up, the most expensive video game I remember was on Sega Genesis. It was the Mario Lemieux NHL hockey game. It was $55. And your average PlayStation 5 game is like about $60. So it hasn't gone up much. Now, granted, games these days have microtransactions and DLCs, and you got to buy the game twice if you want all the features. But like for the base game, like $60. Like that's probably the most expensive game you'll find. Even GTA 5 is, I think it's like $80 maybe for the base and $100 for the premium.
Dude, they've made so much money off of GTA 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, everyone is desperate for GTA 6 to come out, and I want to say they booked like already $1 billion in pre-orders, and I think it took $2.7 billion to make the game, something like that. So they're already a third of the way, and the game isn't even released.
Let's see here. I'm going to ask Made. I'm asking, how much money has GTA 5 made? What do you think? The over-under, is it in the billions?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you're definitely right. Sure. How much in the billions?
I don't know, 2?
10.
10 billion? Really?
10
I'm
billion,
surprised by that. Oh, good for them.
I love that I sent a video of me like off-roading in the rain and stuff, and I think I was doing donuts.
Yeah.
And Victor zoomed in. We can barely see the edge of the screen of the song called GTA 6. He's like, he's literally doing, yeah. I was like, that's actually kind of funny.
That is. Yeah. It's that autism kicking in. But yeah, I mean, like, I agree. Government overreach, and at least for Apple, like you have screen time, so you can set it to say you're not allowed to use these apps from these hours. So it's the government stepping in. But if we've ever read like The Anxious Generation, the book, like it creates a collective action problem. I'm actually living through this right now, unfortunately, of when you give kids access to this, when you give kids access to that, and good on you for restricting your youngest, but there's definitely a collective action problem of like, well, if every parent could just agree no social media until age X, then we wouldn't have this problem. But it's the parents that say, yeah, my kid can do whatever they want, and then the next kid says, well, she's doing it or he's doing it, why can't I do it? And then it creates an issue within the social dynamic of what, be it school or dance class or baseball team or whatever.
Are your kids vibing for social media yet?
Not social media necessarily, like chat apps, so they can chat with their friends outside of class or outside of practice. That's more of the direction that the kids are going in. It's it's a slippery slope, right? You start with one thing, and then you say, okay, you can use this, it's controlled, you can only use it at home, and then it starts expanding into other areas. So that's definitely a concern that I have as a parent.
Yeah, I would assume that younger kids would they be in the Snapchat?
No,
is that a WhatsApp or what?
Yeah, it would be one of the messaging apps. And I did my research. Like, I wanted to see like what controls you can wrap around it. And Apple, by far, I think, is the safest for younger people. Like, you can have really strict controls of who can contact them, what group chats they're added to. I mean, they even have like the client side scanning to make sure there's no adult content in the chats. And for like GChat, like you could set up family spaces, so approve group chats, but for GChat, there's no way to stop unsolicited people from messaging you. And I was actually telling my wife, like, I have a Google account that I only use for podcasting purposes, because I have to push it to like Google Podcasts and YouTube and things like that. Like, I've never used this email for like newsletter signups. I've never published it anywhere. Nobody should know about this email address except for, you know, the podcasting publishing platforms. And I still get spam. Like, I still get those unsolicited calendar invites of, you know, hey, come join my webcam show, and here's the link as a calendar invite. So I mean, they're finding my email address somewhere, and it could just be like they're just enumerating addresses until they find a live address.
I don't know. I get that one where it's just like, you know, your subscription renewal is due tonight at 9:39.
Yeah, we're gonna delete your files.
Okay. The 9:39 though is like, it's wild. Like, it's not 9:30. You know what I mean? I'm like, were they trying? Like, is this someone?
It's like so precise
somewhere else. Yeah, like, and they think that that's like 9:39 in the morning. I'm like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
And then I actually did. I turned like that accept. How would you say? I forget exactly what it is, but you know, it shows up in your calendar, and the only way to do it is to block those solicitations from unknown senders.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the business world because so many emails come in from, you know, customers and stuff that you're just like, I didn't get it. There's a reason why I'm literally rejecting your stuff.
Yeah. It's a fine line, but yeah, I mean, I was talking to Dan in the UK. We work with him. He's an SC out there, and he said, yeah, basically the same thing when the 16 and under social media ban happened. Everyone just, the number one app in the UK was the VPN app. Then now the Parliament's trying to ban like underage people from using VPN apps, and like it's just this whole like whack-a-mole cat and mouse thing. And you know, it's up to the platforms to age verify people, and it's a huge mess. I'll say that.
50 years from now, our grandkids are going to be like, Papa Chris, tell me about the free and open internet.
Back in my day.
Yeah. We had chat rooms, and we would go in there and just call people names. It was amazing.
Without the worry of the government knocking at our door.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that dystopian note, we continue to great comments about our dad joke of the week.
Dad joke of the week.
This week, Glenn was supposed to be up, but he's currently paying homage to the porcelain god, so I will take over for him. I just left the grocery store, and the kid bagging my stuff asked if I wanted paper or plastic. I told him I didn't care and that he could decide for me. He told me that I had to pick because baggers can't be choosers. I don't even get a wah.
Nope. Glenn's not here to bail you out, buddy.
Wah. All right, to wrap things up, do not manipulate prediction markets. Microsoft had a record patch Tuesday due to AI. China doesn't want you marrying your AI girlfriend or boyfriend, and social media is bad for your mental health. That's all we have for this week. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Find us on LinkedIn. Links will be in the description. Follow us on Instagram at PEBCAK Podcast. Thank you to our listeners and subscribers. Rate us 5 stars on the iTunes Store and Spotify, and left us a review. We appreciate you all spreading the word to help grow the show. The best way to find us is to search for the PEBCAK Podcast on your favorite podcast listening app. For my co-host Brian Deitch, I'm Chris Louie. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week, and as always, have a nice day.
Bye, Felicia.
Have a nice day.